So if you've been following Gerhard's journey, you know that getting Gerhard from Germany to Wisconsin did not exactly go according to plan. In the last video, I talked about what happened at Chicago O'Hare, especially when the accessibility assistant he was supposed to have wasn't there, and he ended up missing his United flight to Eau Claire. As mentioned in the United Airlines review, after Gerhard missed that flight, the United Gate agent found an American Airlines flight going to Crosse and booked Gerhard on that instead, which was perfect. Instead of having to drive to Eau Claire or Minneapolis to get him, I could just pick him up right here in La Crosse. So Gerhard finally made it to La Crosse that night. However, his luggage did not. At first, though, nobody was particularly worried about it. We were told that his luggage would probably be routed to La Crosse on the next flight, and we should get it in the next morning. His flight was wonderful, no issues. So he said, okay, fine. He couldn't survive the one night without his suitcase. Except the next morning came, and the next night came, and there was still no luggage. That's when we finally filed the missing luggage claim with American Airlines for United. And American told us that since Gerhard didn't have any of his clothes or other things from his suitcase, he could go buy what he needed, keep the receipts, and submit those expenses for reimbursement. At that point, we still thought his luggage would be coming fairly soon, so we weren't going to go crazy. We went shopping and bought him enough clothes and necessities to get through the next couple of days. Then Friday came, and we found out that his luggage wasn't expected to arrive until Monday. So we called and tried to get it, but we weren't able to. So we had a different problem. Evidently, we obviously needed more than a couple days worth of clothes. So we went shopping again and bought enough to get him through another couple of days. We kept all of those receipts, just like American Airlines told us to do. Afterwards, Gerhard submitted all of the receipts to American Airlines for reimbursement, not United, and they reimbursed him. That's one of the reasons I wanted to do a separate review of American Airlines as part of Gerhard's journey. They were incredible because here's the interesting part. Gerhard didn't fly American Airlines from Germany. He flew United. He paid United. American wasn't the airline that originally handed his luggage, nor caused it to end up in Eau Claire. United did. American Airlines only entered the story because that United Gate agent in Chicago found Gerhard a seat on an American flight to La Crosse after he missed his United connection. Yet, when Gerhard arrived in La Crosse without a suitcase and it became clear that it wasn't going to show up anytime soon, American Airlines took care of the claim. And they reimbursed him for what he had to buy while he was without his luggage, every single cent. So as far as our experience with American Airlines goes, I really can't complain. And there are a couple of things I'd take away from this if you're ever in a similar situation. First, if you miss a connection, don't assume the first rebooking option they give you is your only option. Tell them where you're actually trying to get to and ask what else is available. If I hadn't asked about La Crosse, Gerhard might have ended up in Minneapolis. And second, if your luggage doesn't arrive once it's clear that it's actually missing or delayed, file the claim and ask what you're allowed to purchase. Don't just assume. Don't assume anything. Find out what the airline will cover, follow their instructions, and most importantly, keep your receipts.